Cleveland and Denver meet in the Mile High City, and I'm going Broncos money line minus 135. I cannot believe I'm doing this. I have avoided Russell Wilson for 2 straight years because he's been bad. He's been bad since he's been in Denver. But guess which team currently has the longest winning streak in the NFL? That's right, baby. It is the Denver Broncos. Sean Payton has pulled this team together. It's never pretty, but that defense has galvanized. Now we're seeing a Denver defense that has really gotten it done, and they are stalwarts now. The Browns have a great defense, no question, but they give up more than 30 points on the road. They are different away from home. Let me ask you a very simple question. Which quarterback do you trust here? Russell Wilson or Dorian Thompson-Robinson? Come on, guys. The Denver D, the difference in this one. Broncos country. Let's ride. Broncos money line, minus 135. Let's go.
Jenks, I almost played this one. And I will say the money line, I think, is the better play here because the Broncos have played in a ton of close games, but they have eked it out. Also, they're playing at home. We know it's a tough place to go on the road and play, especially for a younger quarterback like Dorian Thompson-Robinson. I'm hitting the under here. I think both these teams want to run the football first. I think that's why we have seen Russell Wilson actually put up some good numbers this year, just because he has not been counted on to do much. So both of these teams want to run the ball. That's going to run down the clock. And both these defenses have been pretty stout. I know Cleveland has not been as great on the road this year, but still the number 1 defense in the NFL when it comes to total yards. You look at the Broncos, you mentioned it. Their defense has been much better over the last 4 games, limiting to the Chiefs to only 9 points in one of those games. They limited the Bills to only 22. So I think this is a defense that's on the come up, and both of these offenses just want to run the football.
You always say it. You're a betting gal, and you don't necessarily have to play everything on this show. Like, you can do it privately in your own time. You've got some time off. You've got family that you're going to be taking care of. I know you're going to be wanting to watch some football. So how many bets are you going to have?
I'm definitely going to do quite a few on actual Thanksgiving because I like the fact this says tomorrow. Is tomorrow Thanksgiving? What is today? Is it Wednesday? Good God. This
Tomorrow
week is a
Thanksgiving.
conundrum. Okay. Yeah.
Tomorrow's
So
Christmas
there's 3.
Day.
There are 3 games tomorrow. So I'm definitely doing some kind of parlay. So let's do it. Help me choose. Okay. Packers, Lions. Are we going Packers plus 7.5, or are we playing it safe and doing Lions on the money line?
Ooh. I'm doing, maybe for my best bet, I'm doing Lions money line. I'm doing Cowboys money line. Ole Miss money line, minus 120.
Ooh.
That's where I'm going. Yeah.
Square City, population us.
I have seen people who are very respected handicappers in this business who like Ohio State, who have said, I think this cheating scandal will be a distraction. And I disagree with that because it has not been a distraction thus far, so why would it suddenly be one this weekend?
Yeah, I don't think so either. In fact, I think it motivates them to be even better. Like, when you are talking about trying to motivate college-aged kids, I think sometimes it can be difficult saying, hey, you need to watch film. You need to do all of this homework for the game. But when you have the whole world, well, not the whole world. They got to stop with that nonsense. The whole world does not care about Michigan football. Maybe the whole college football community. When the whole community is pressing down on you, I think it's actually easier for these Michigan players to be motivated. We've seen the emotion that they've had in some of these games, so I actually think it goes in their favor. And if they're willing to cheat or allegedly cheat in that regard, how do you think they're preparing for this one? They will do anything necessary to get an advantage in a game. And as a bettor, I kind of like that about Michigan. I don't think they're great people, but as a bettor, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Ain't trying, baby. I've heard that a few times. I mean, look, everyone does it on some level. They just sort of took it to the extreme, but now they're paying a small price for it. Jim Harbaugh won't be on the sideline. I don't think it matters. I still like Michigan here. It's going to be a great game, though. Okay, guys. You know what time it is. I've been talking about this since the beginning of the year. Texas, minus 12.5 versus Texas Tech. I read an article in the Lubbock Avalanche Journal that we're scared to play Texas Tech in the SEC because this is such a big rivalry game. Do you think Texas looks at Texas Tech and says, oh, what a rivalry? It's a rivalry for you. And by the way, that's not a rivalry because one-sided. Playing you has no benefit. We're going to leave this garbage conference behind. Oh, we have to beat Texas Tech. Who cares? We're just going to beat you on our way to the Big 12 championship game. And I'm doing this for Brett Yormark, garbage commissioner. Garbage. Was in Lubbock a few months ago and said, oh, I'm rooting for you guys to beat Texas. I'll be at the game. Well, I hope you get shunned at the game. He's coming down. He's a clown. This guy's a total hypocrite. Oh, he's mad that Texas and Oklahoma are leaving for the SEC, but then you'll gladly accept Pac-12 teams into the Big 12. Do you know how college football works, you idiot? We're going to get some terrible calls in this game. That's the way it goes. Texas is the most penalized team in the conference. Why? Because we're the best team and because they hate us. All right? Embrace the hate. Texas has been waiting for this game for months. I've been talking about it for months. I am ready for the Longhorns to put their stamp on this season, play for the Big 12 championship. They will do it. There is a donkey stomping coming on Friday at DKR. The money's coming in on Texas Tech. Fine with me. Texas in a rout, minus 12.5 in Austin. Let's go. There will be a major call. If you're going to watch this game, there's going to be one call, and you're like, and the announcer's going to say something like, I don't think I see it there. Or there's going to be an offensive lineman who's going to have one of our defensive linemen in a chokehold, and it will not be called. I promise you, it happens every single game. Bert Auburn, our field goal kicker, okay, Sideshow Bert, as we call him, he's getting ready to line up for a field goal. Iowa State, what happens? Some random penalty. No, it wasn't really a penalty, but they wanted to move him back 5 yards, and they did, and they made it a 50-yarder. So, he thankfully kicked it through, but it's little things like that they do all the time just to make it a little bit harder for Texas. But this weekend, after that promise, guaranteed you will see a major call that makes 0 sense whatsoever. I absolutely stand by this statement.
Well, Jenks, here's where we disagree then, because these are very astute points. And if you truly believe this, wouldn't you take the points with Texas Tech saying, okay, the refs are going to try to make this closer?
Yes, but also the money has moved the line from 14 to 12.5. So now I think there's value on Texas, Chelsa. And I'll tell you something else. You don't think this hasn't been bulletin board material for months and months and months? Senior night in Austin, a Texas Tech team that honestly is not very good. That's the real key here. And also, Texas has to win this game to go to the Big 12 championship game. You can try and screw us, refs, and I know you will, especially if it's Kevin Marr. He is the worst. The biggest two clown shows in the Big 12. Number one, the commissioner, Brett Yormark. Number two, Kevin Marr, when he referees a game. Did you ever see the highlight when Texas recovered a fumble? The referee looks at our player. Kevin Marr looks at our player and says, no. When have you ever seen a referee, a guy celebrating, recovering a fumble, and the referee says, no. They send it to replay. The replay like, yeah, he recovered the fumble. They're the worst. Go ahead, try and screw us. The donkey stomping is coming. It is coming, and it's coming in a big way.